Hello and welcome to this episode, this beautiful sunny episode I might add, of The Adventures of the Corpse. So we are in the Welcombe Hills today and we're going to explore the Welcombe Hills and Clopton Park, tell you a little bit about the history of the place and have a look, see what we can find. It's quite a short walk but it's quite a lot of interesting things, so I'll pop up a map now and yeah, come along with me. So we start off our adventure today from Clopton Road. We head into Clopton Park. We visit several points of interest along the way. We stick to the outskirts for the time being. We head up the hill to the highest point, into the Welcombe Hills, down to the obelisk, past the hotel, do a few undulating ups and downs, and then we head back along the outskirts, back to where we started. So Clopton Estate itself is called Clopton Estate because it used to be owned by the Clopton family. So in here, if I'm right, will be one of the first sort of points of interest upon this walk. So this spot right here is actually quite a tragic one. I think that info board has definitely seen better days, so I don't think there's anything on that now. But so this is known as Margaret's Well, and the reason it's known as Margaret's Well is because there was a young lady called Margaret Clopton who lived on the Clopton estate, and she unfortunately drowned in this well, and it is thought to say that she actually drowned with the intention to end her own life. Very sad. She was meant to be in quite a depressive state over it was either her lover or an argument with her father. Another interesting fact and a Shakespeare link to nearby Stratford is that the story of Margaret Clopton, she was around the same sort of time as Shakespeare was here, and she would have been about the same sort of age as well, according to records. And it's thought that maybe the story of Margaret Clopton was the inspiration for Ophelia. Margaret Clopton, so she had a daughter called Charlotte, who apparently was mistakenly buried alive after there was a plague outbreak. They never realised until a week later, and where there was another family funeral, they opened the vault and found that Charlotte's body was actually leant up against the wall, and all of her fingers had been bitten raw in a desperate attempt for her to try and escape the vault. And that story is also believed to have influenced the scene of Romeo and Juliet, where they are in the tomb. So I just want to say before we get into the proper meat and bones of this walk, if this is your first time watching my videos, so welcome to the channel. We do a walk each week, or try and do a walk every single week. It involves a bit of history, involves a bit of interesting sort of facts around the places. If this is your sort of thing, then please consider subscribing. Do check out the rest of the channel as well if you like this video, and drop us a thumbs up with the like button. This is looking out onto Stratford town that way. See as far as the Broadway hills on a beautiful day like this. So an interesting fact about this land, and it used to be used for medieval farming. You can see the ridge and furrow sort of shapes of the landscape that have been used for farming. So Shakespeare actually bought some of this land in the 1602, I believe it was, and bought 107 acres off of the Combe family who owned the estate. And then when William Combe was nearing the end of his life, he actually blocked off a lot of this estate, saying that it was his, and fenced it all off so that people could no longer use it as common land to farm on. So they had to bring in William Shakespeare and his influence and try and get him to lobby against it so that the people could carry on farming. So I think we're probably at one of the highest points right now of Clopton Park, and we're about to enter into the Welcombe Hills section of our walk. So we're just skirted along the edge now of the Welcombe Hills and about to go down into the valley a bit more, and we're going to approach the obelisk next. You can just see the obelisk there coming into view. She's a beauty. So this very pointy needle to the sky is known as the monument. It was built in 1876 by a gentleman called Robert Needham Phillips, and it's basically to commemorate his brother Mark Phillips. If you're wondering who Mark Phillips is, he was a wealthy Manchester cotton manufacturer and the first Member of Parliament for Manchester. He was also responsible for he championed the public education and helped establish the UK's first free public library. So the actual structure itself looks like it's built out of granite, but it's actually built out of limestone. So as we leave the beacon, we are pretty much just over halfway of this walk now. So yeah, just heading down now to a place that used to be a hospital in World War I and is now a grand luxury hotel. And it's known as the Calendar House, which I'll go into a little bit more about that in a sec. Like a snowy wonderland, some of that, isn't it? It's beautiful. Still see the obelisk there in the background. Let's just try and negotiate this rather steep hill. We're doing great, we're doing great. Now, if I can get a glimpse of this on the left in a minute, I'm hoping that once we get over that little brow of the hill through the bushes there, we'll be able to see it a bit better. And there she is. So this is the Welcombe Hotel. And it's called the Calendar House. The reason it's called the Calendar House is because apparently it has 365 windows, which is the same as the days in a year, 52 chimneys, which is the same as the weeks in a year, 12 fireplaces, same as the months a year, and 7 entrances, which is the days of the week. Very, very interesting bit of architecture there. So that looks a little bit treacherous down there. I'm going to go on my backside if I go that way. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a detour. So I'm just going to take you with me. You see that beautiful house in the background. Well, beautiful hotel in the background. Let's try and find a way around here now. Right, managed to make it to this wood. And apparently there's a trail that goes through the wood and down. Is that it though? That could well be it. Let's have a look. At least I've got the fence here to hold on to if I need to. Ah, there is a stile here. Good old Harry Styles. Does that actually go anywhere though? Got to go down that hill at some point, just hoping for a lesser gradient. Oh, it's a proper adventure, isn't it, eh? Proper adventure. Hey, no half measures on this, I tell you. I think we're getting somewhere. That's where I was just That doesn't actually look too bad from this angle, but from up there it did. It's a bit flatter, isn't it? We are still steadily going down though. Don't know if it's better to try and look in the woods or... Let's see what this is like. Well, this looks fun. I think we might be okay. Just gonna keep to the fence and we'll go down. I can hear people and I think they're trail running, so this could be fun. Yeah, we're okay. Hey, what's all that panic about? Okay, no, I can see the car park now for the hotel there as well. So, gonna head that way and see if we can get some better views. It's an impressive building, to be fair. Very nice piece of architecture. Right, let's head back onto the trail. So that there is the hill that I would have come down, but I actually just come through the woods there. Just see some bunkers there from the adjoining golf course. Just that's coming out on camera, but there's so much tweeting going on in there. Amazing, beautiful to hear, especially on a day like this. I think I need to come back and start doing some wildlife photography, I think. Channel my inner Attenborough. That was my water bottle, not my bones crunching against the gate. Right, I think we hang quite a sharp right here and walk towards that beautiful looking folly over there. I don't mean the dog either. So this magnificent piece of architecture, once again on this walk, is the Clopton Tower. And apparently it has a bit of a scandalous past. So the tower was built around sort of 1840 to 1850, I think, by Charles Thomas Ward. He was the High Sheriff of Warwickshire. Now, he initially seemed like a model gentleman. However, Ward became a Victorian tabloid sensation. He was frequently in the press for immoral conduct and disgraceful legal battles. And he also assaulted his mistress, it was claimed. A Miss Hooper, whom he had several children with, even alleged selling her clothes and having her imprisoned. We've got a lot of history going on there. So we are almost back now where we started. So the actual van is parked up just over this hill here. So this seems quite a fitting place to end this. So it's been quite a short walk, but a very, very interesting one. Lots and lots of history about Welcombe Hills that I never ever knew, and about Clopton Park. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please drop us a like, and remember to check out the rest of the stuff on the channel and give us a subscribe if you would. Take care. All right, I'll see you on the next one.